This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Give them a call, 727-9900. News is also brought to you by Desert View Hospital. You can count on us.
Welcome to News 25 here on KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Today is Wednesday, March 22nd. Well, the Winery Supermarket here in Pahrump was robbed early this morning. The Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies arrived on scene and were able to clear that business and make contact with the clerk, who was reportedly shoved to the ground by that suspect, who is unknown at this time. The strong arm robbery occurred around 4 a.m. this morning at the location off Highway 160 and Winery Road. The suspect is possibly a black male adult who they say fled on foot traveling eastbound on Winery Road after attacking that clerk, who then ran behind the store to get away from that robber. The individual, they say, took cash from the drawers. It's unclear if any other items were stolen at the time. There's no further information as to the suspect. If you have any information, you can call the Nye County Sheriff's Office at 775-751-7000. You can, of course, remain anonymous. One alleged domestic dispute escalates to physical threats and thefts, police say, in order to purchase drugs.
Deputies with the Nye County Sheriff's Department say they were dispatched to the Best Western RV Park on Highway 160 on March 20th in reference to a domestic violence call between a male and a female. Officers say that the woman at the scene stated that a man identified as Justin Schultz threatened to attack her if she did not give him money to purchase drugs. Police say that Schultz used her debit card to withdraw money without her consent. Sheriff Office deputies made contact with the suspect and placed him under arrest. According to the report, Justin Schultz is facing charges of 1 count of robbery and 1 count of obtaining a debit card without the owner's consent.
Nye County's Director of Planning, Brett Wagner, gives detailed updates on commercial projects at the recent Board of County Commissioners meeting.
Planning for the month of February, we had a total applications received of 222, and total applications processed was 127. So far since July this fiscal year, we've had 1,436 planning applications received and 252 new code complaints received. We've got a Midas muffler that's in the site development process, our site development review process, that's going right next door to the Arby's, which of course we have Arby's. They, I believe, are planning on opening on Monday, this next Monday. So I know they're getting very close. Chipotle restaurant right there by the Wells Fargo Bank, that broke ground. Circle K at Homestead and Game Bird, Coyote Corner, which is on a future agenda item today. Green Valley Grocery is slated for by the roundabout at Mance and 160. They've begun the site development process. Gas station, convenience store, and fast food restaurants is another zone change application that we've got on for today. But they've begun the site development process. New warehouse for Red Apple Fireworks. They broke ground on that a few weeks ago, so that's underway. There's a new warehouse planned for Area 51 Blackjack Fireworks up off of Kitty Hawk. New warehouse facility for Phantom Fireworks, which is going to be located right next door to it on a piece of property that they've been leasing where the containers sit now. They are going to be building a warehouse. Then we got the Arms for expansion. They've done an office building and they're adding a couple of other warehouse buildings out there. Pahrump Valley Glass is moving to a new location and they're in the process of remodeling the building on Emory Street. There's also a new cabinet company and showroom that's going in on Emory Street. There's the Pahrump Community Health Center, which you guys have seen, that's well underway on Lola. Looking good. 3D construction, they're doing a new shop and storage yard over kind of behind a VFW. If piece of property they own. MJ Distributing, new marijuana cultivation facility out in Amargosa. A Quick Shine Car Wash at 420 South Highway 160. A new Rent-A-Go equipment rental location on Panhandler. The Alga Glove Factory is still a real thing. It's just tied up with the annexation process with the utilities. New self-storage and RV storage on East Commercial Street. Lakeside mini storage expansion on Homestead.
Thank you.
Wayland mini storage expansion also on Homestead. New professional office building at 2161 North Nevada Highway 160, right next to the Double M construction offices. Those, I believe, are going to be for, professional offices like doctors and that type of stuff.
All right, more local news and other news right after this break.
You're watching News 25, the most recognized and farthest reaching local news in Nye County. News 25, local news you can count on. This segment of the news is brought to you by John Air. For all your heating and air conditioning needs, call 775-751-2372.
Welcome back to News 25. Well, the Nye County Treasurer's Office locations here in Pahrump and Tonopah will be closed this Friday, March 24th, due to the Treasurer's live auction tax sale. The spring live auction tax sale will be held at the County Commissioners' Chambers, both in Tonopah and Pahrump, with registration starting at 8 a.m. and the auction starting at 10 a.m. Visit the live auction webpage, including how to make a deposit, final tax parcel list, and other information. If you don't have that link to that live auction tax list, you can of course go to the KPVM Facebook page, and there is a link right there, or you can go to nyecounty.gov. Well, a car crash 7 years ago on the Las Vegas Strip has now morphed into a new site and photo op called the Las Vegas Arches next to the Strat. They say it is one of the best selfie locations. Jennifer Davies from KCLV Channel 2 tells us how best to photograph these arches while still staying safe.
Now known around the world, the Gateway Arches have become an iconic piece of Las Vegas. Located near Las Vegas Boulevard North and Bob Stupak Avenue at the base of the Strat, the 80-foot-tall arches were installed in 2020. When the original Welcome to Downtown sign was destroyed after a car accident in 2016, the city started exploring new signage offers to let residents know that they were entering the historic downtown area. The arches originally were not meant to be the photo op that they became. The Showgirl sign, located just a few hundred feet away at Las Vegas Boulevard and Main Street, was originally envisioned as the perfect selfie location, complete with dice, poker chips, and a roulette wheel, in addition to 50 feet tall showgirls. The arches have quickly become a crowd favorite and have been featured in TV shows, commercials, and movies around the world. But with their growing popularity came concerns for pedestrian safety, so the Gateway Observation Deck provided a viable solution. A special event was held recently to celebrate the opening of the Observation Deck, complete with the first official selfie by Mayor Carolyn Goodman, Councilwoman Olivia Diaz, and Stephen Thayer, Vice President and General Manager of the Strat.
To really come up with something cool but also safe. What we heard unequivocally today and from all of our tourists that come downtown is they want to feel safe. And having an observation deck that's elevated, that gives a real nice view of the arch, that also gives you a snapshot of our showgirls on the outset, was really important to making this really deliver all the goals that we have, which is to make this a great attraction for downtown. And I think we hit it out of the park.
The platform also complements the ongoing street improvements in the area as part of the Las Vegas Boulevard construction project that will wrap up this spring. The biggest construction project in the history of Las Vegas, the 2.4-mile stretch from Sahara to Stewart, has underwent a drastic makeover that has included replacing infrastructure that was originally from the 1940s. While a large construction project is never fun, working on these types of projects is for our public works team.
Working on the Las Vegas Boulevard project now for the last 3 years, they've had so many great opportunities that we never would have even dreamed of. And I think it just is, for an engineer, for a civil engineer, for our construction team, it's just something that they'll always be able to look back on as just a great opportunity to work on a cool project.
For City Beat, I'm Jennifer Davies.
Beautiful. Well, you know, there's nothing better than listen to some of that classic country, and I love them so much. I'm a classic country fan, and I got to tell you, if you are listening to the radio on Sunday morning, you might want to tune in to Mikey with his classic country breakfast. It starts at 8 a.m., lasts until 9. We're going to show you a little bit of that as we head into this break.
Ace Country.
Rise and shine. Tune in Sunday mornings at 8 for the Classic Country Breakfast with me, Mikey. I'll be playing a whole hour of all the classics. From Willie.
On the road again.
To Johnny.
I fell into a burning ring of fire.
To Patsy.
Crazy.
To Dolly.
Jolene, Jolene.
All the classic country music to start your Sunday morning. You bring the hash browns, and I'll bring the Hank.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, new research from Cleveland Clinic found a commonly used artificial sweetener is associated with an increased risk for heart attack and stroke.
The very people who are being targeted for these types of foods are folks who want to either lose weight or who have diabetes. And these are people who are at increased risk for cardiovascular events, such as heart attack and stroke also.
The sweetener is called erythritol. Dr. Stanley Hazen is the lead researcher for this study, which involved 4,000 people from the U.S. and Europe. He says erythritol is made both inside the cells of our bodies and can be consumed as part of processed artificially sweetened foods. His team discovered that those who have higher risk blood levels of erythritol are at higher risk for major adverse cardiac events over 3 years of follow-up. They also learned from a separate study where healthy volunteers were given a single serving of the artificial sweetener that blood levels remained elevated above thresholds associated with risk for clotting for several days. Dr. Hazen says this is cause for concern, especially since erythritol is typically used in foods targeting people who want to lose weight or who have diabetes. And those same individuals are already at risk for cardiac events. He says another issue is this ingredient is not always included on the label.
It is used almost on a one-to-one basis as a replacement for sugar in many of the processed foods. It also often, because its flavor is very similar to sugar, is used in combination with other artificial sweeteners because it gives a more natural flavor and what they call mouthfeel.
So what does that mean for the general public? Well, Dr. Hazen says if you have obesity, diabetes, heart disease, or are otherwise at risk for it, you should avoid foods with artificial sweetener in them. Well, there's so many puppies at the animal rescue Never Forgotten. Here's just one of them named Sweet Girl. Pat Lemming has the details.
Today's Save a Pet segment is made possible by Realty Executives in Action. Put the team at Realty Executives in action for you.
Hi everyone, this is Pat with Never Forgotten Animal Society, and I am here with my little girl called Sweet Girl. She's 9 weeks old. She is a shepherd mix. We're not sure with what, but we were told that she was a shepherd mix. She has a little bobtail. I don't know if you can see it down here, but she's a little bobtail little girl. Very, very sweet and very mellow. She is going to make someone a wonderful pet. She's about 9 weeks old right now. She's brown in color with a black muzzle and just a very, very sweet, loving little girl. She loves to be held. She wants to be included in everything. She's finding out what toys are. I don't think she's ever been exposed to toys before. So she is learning how to play, and she's very good at it, by the way. And she loves belly rubs, just absolutely loves belly rubs. And every once in a while, she's going to give you kisses as well. And she's still got the little doggy breath going. So if you're interested in Sweet Girl, come on in. We are open Monday through Saturday from 10 until 5 every day. No appointment necessary. We are located at 3091 North David Street off of Bell Vista in the north part of town between Blagg and Leslie. So if you're in the area, please stop by and visit all our kids. Our number is 775-537-8674. Thank you.
News 25 Weather Cam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
All right, taking a look aside, and of course we got some snow on the mountain this morning, and we still got a lot on our area of mountains here. We're going to find out what's in store with our weather right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios and worldwide on the local BTV app. The app you should absolutely get. It's so much fun. It's got a DVR component. It's like having cable on your phone. You won't believe it. Check it out. Check it out. Fernley, 50 degrees, 52 out there in Fallon. Carson City hit 46, and that's about all they got today. Cooler and beautiful Tonopah at 41. Oh, a crisp 41 in Tonopah. Nothing like it. 42 out there in Goldfield seems close, but Beatty hit 53. 59 out in Amargosa makes you the Hotspot Award winner, and Vegas close behind. We'll call you a solid number, too, at 58. And out in Death Valley at 69 degrees. But here in the paradise of Pahrump, let's take a look at our current temperature. 53 degrees. It's not too bad. 55 just a little bit earlier. Winds out of the south failed to impress at 11 miles per hour. Not a fan of the winds at 11 miles per hour out of the south. Don't know why. Humidity at 41% kind of made the day moist. Let's call it that. Sun rose this morning at 6:45. Setting this evening, look forward to 6:57. Under partly cloudy skies, going to be a gorgeous sunset, beautiful colors as we head to our low tonight of 39 degrees. Maybe put on a sweater as the humidity is up to 67% on the index. I think that feels like clouds tomorrow. Yeah, look at this. We're getting weather whiplash the next 3-4 days. Clouds, then sunshine Friday, then clouds on Saturday. Sunshine on Sunday, and then kind of a mix of both on Monday, Tuesday, kind of even things out. The wind's going to be kicking up in the latter part of the week, but look, we all get up to 64 degrees on Tuesday. That should be a gorgeous day. And looks like the wind's kicking down into the high 50s on Wednesday with more wind. I don't know. We'll keep an eye on that wind, see what it brings with us. But as we head towards the weekend, Friday's looking pretty good. Saturday, not too bad. All right, back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Well, the Nye County Sheriff's Office has announced that they have formally joined Crime Stoppers of Nevada. They have a number that you can call to report any crime anonymously. If you would like to give any tips, 702-385-5555. That's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can go also online to their website, which is crimestoppersofnv.com. You can also download their app, which is the P3 app on your phone. And once again, you can call 702-385-5555. And that's for any types of crime wanted suspects or anything. Of course, the United County Sheriff's Office has their app as well online, but they are formally using Crime Stoppers now as one of their tip lines. So if you have any tips about that Winery Supermarket robbery, which occurred around 4 o'clock this morning, you can give them a call, 702-385-5555 or 702-385-5555 is the Crime Stoppers tip line. And that's going to wrap up this edition of News 25. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Have a great night.